During space exploring, we discover a species of life less intelligent than humans. Do we exploit their resources and land or leave them alone? Damn skittle-doo. Go.
So, I mean, nested in this question is the idea that if they're less intelligent, they may not be using their resources. Therefore, are we not able to exploit them and take the opportunity innate within them? But going against that is the idea that any interaction we have there will have consequences. Our very presence has a consequence and changes the nature of their reality. So I guess it comes down to, does our need for the resources outweigh the possible negative consequences it may have? I think I'd choose leave them alone.
All right. Awesome. Neil Ravo. Feel free to speak or pass as my co-host gives you the megaphone.
I'll pass.
All right. Then we have JVB. Welcome and hello. Oasis, I'll get back to you. I see you just popped in now. JVB, the megaphone is yours.
You have the megaphone is yours. Yes.
Hi. Oh man, I'm so glad I looked at the time because I thought this was at 1. Do we exploit their resources and land or leave them alone? I would say we should definitely land and leave them alone. Because I just don't trust the way that business has used resources on this planet. I just skeptically would, think that perhaps they would exploit the resources without any care to the sustainability of extracting the resources. In a perfect world, in many perfect worlds, then I would say if we learn that we can exploit their resources in a sustainable way, then I would say yes, and that's assuming too that if there's a real urgent necessity for extraterrestrial resources. So there's a lot of ifs and buts. So my ifs is if we do it sustainably, but I do think for the human need for inquisitive mind that we would definitely land and at least check them out more.
Awesome.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Ali, we're going to go to that Oasis Ovo. Oasis Ovo, you'll have the megaphone now on you, as we mentioned. Ali?
And the megaphone is yours.
I would like to say one thing, and one thing only. This lobby is fucking gay!
All right. He will be blocked and reported and taken out of alt space for the rest of his life. It's as easy as that. Next we have is Danny Z. Don't fuck with the community members.
Yeah,
I would never
definitely.
mess with you guys, but honestly, like if I was gonna discover a species that was less intelligent than I would spend more time focusing on them. What was this called here? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You got the megaphone, nice, loud and clear. Go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I would spend more time focusing on them before I made a choice. If I was gonna pick their resources, I feel like they're less intelligent. So just kind of see how their ecosystem works and stuff like that, and then make my choice to land or leave them alone. Now, let's say if they were just basic and they had no knowledge to inform me on, I'd probably just leave them alone.
You've got to think about it like this, as if intelligent life found us, they would be asking the exact same questions. Because for them to bend space and time continuum and for them to teleport to Earth, they would probably see us as chickens. And that's why I asked this question as a moral dilemma, because what would we do if there's a bunch of these stupid little primitive animals who don't have these intelligence to protect themselves other than what's on their planet. And that's why we've got to think in these ways in terms of a moral aspect. And if it was, if we were in their positions, which most likely we will be. All right, then let's move to, I'll tell you now, Ali. We've got Snezzles. Snezzles, megaphone is coming up.
And you've got megaphone.
Hello, I would probably just suck up all their water, mine all their resources, cut down all their trees, get on my spaceship, head home. Everything's good. Just forget about that we did that.
All right, straight to the point. Gavin.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're around. Looks like his VR headset is off. But you've got the megaphone if you want to speak, Gavin. All right, let's.
Ready.
Then we've.
During space exploring, discover species of life, pleasant time.
Okay, 1 second. Sorry. It's not activating.
Who's this? Gavin.
Yeah.
Gavin, you've got the megaphone if you want, but the thing is his VR headset is off, so he can get back to us.
Yeah, it looks like he's gone.
What I'm also okay. Then we got Hutch. What I'm also going to do is for those who haven't spoken and have just come onto the couch, I'm going to allow hand participation, which is on the bottom right-hand side, and if you click on it, you'll see a little hand pop up, and then you will come into the participation list for those who haven't spoken. And then after this dilemma, we will open the table and you can discuss, give ideas, and also have rebuttals. So, Hutch, all yours.
Yeah, you kind of stole my thunder. I was also going to redirect it to us if an alien race found us and we were the lesser intelligent beings. But you covered that, so just kind of looking at the situation, it's all unique and nuanced. As well, was it Danny's or Danny Z there noted? I would like to understand what their needs are, make sure that we're not taking a resource that's going to impact them, make sure that we're not going to be significantly impacting their environment and such, and only go after the resource if it's something we really need that we couldn't get elsewhere, can't address otherwise.
Right, and it's a difficult thing because for a species that's more primitive than us, is that how would we be able to communicate those type of things? We don't know what level of consciousness they are, with whether they would agree with anything that we take. But anyway, I don't like stealing the thunder from people. Next we have is Aziz. Feel free to speak or pass, as the megaphone is yours.
Okay, waiting for their content.
All right. We normally give it the benefit of a doubt for a couple of
Content.
seconds. Then we have
There we go. Megaphone is yours.
Aziz. You want to
Aziz, take it away.
answer? Speak or pass? And you're muted. All right. Let's move to Anthony Z. What a nice surprise. My brother is here for the first time in Alt Space. So, Anthony,
In real life, brother?
Yeah, my real life
hi.
brother.
How's it going?
Yeah, my real life brother.
Yeah, hi. Let me try waving my hand. I'm still exploring this because I'm new on.
Don't worry about
VR.
waving
I'm
your
onto
hand.
Alt
Don't
Space.
worry about waving. Just worry about answering the question.
Oh, I'm not quite following yet. If you can carry on and come back to me at a later stage.
So here's the
I'm
question.
just trying to sort out a few things here with my computer.
Right in front of you, and then you can just answer.
If you have to follow, if you have to follow Star Trek's prime derivative, which is they never interfere with any life forms that they come across, I think that's quite critical in ensuring a civilization's progress. So I would suggest leaving them alone. Yeah, that's That's all I can say for now. Sorry,
Awesome.
I'm running around trying to sort things out.
All good. Next, Dr. Sam.
Thank you.
Megaphone will be yours shortly. And then feel free to speak or pass.
And the megaphone is yours.
Timon and Ali, yeah, thank you. A great question. Just Anthony, I see he's got quite long hair, and everybody's got short hair here. Anyway, so I'm quite surprised. I mean, the group here is very moralistic. If we just think about humans as we behave now, we exploit our planet, we destroy any living creature that is lesser than us. Why should we be any different if we travel a couple of million miles to another planet? Why do you think we would behave differently? I mean, if you ask me from my own personal, I wouldn't like to exploit another planet. I would like to leave it behind. But us as humans, it's totally unnatural for us to leave anything alone. We exploit, we destroy, and that's what we will probably do.
Damn.
Well, it's true. We are parasites on Earth.
That kind of sucks.
We don't. Yeah, but I will also share that later. Ali, your thoughts?
And hello from me too, from everybody that's joined. Well, if we had to exploit in the negative sense, destroying them, I definitely would not agree. I would also move on my happily voyage. Whereas if we had to take place in a trade, for example, trading technology or trading knowledge, I would go along with it without the intention of any of the two species ending off worse. So yeah, what about you, Mr. Tim? What would you do?
I can't believe it. Out of what everybody said, Ali's the one that has taken my thunder. Exactly what Ali said is that. All right, Aziz, we'll get back to you now. Just raise your hand at the bottom right-hand corner, and then for those who haven't spoken, we're going to open the table for the first discussion. The second discussion, remember, is very spicy, and today is very dark, so prepare. So do we exploit their resources and land or leave them alone? I feel like initially we don't just do anything. We've got to go to their planet. We've got to see how they operate, how they live. And then my way is that what I would expect aliens to do for us, if we were on the other side, is that we must find some form of mutual symbiosis relationships with regards to resources, food, land, and then try and find mutual ground so that we can actually benefit each other. Because if we find resources on their planet, they will most likely have resources on our planet because we're simple carbon-based life forms. We make up the most simple elements of the universe: hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon, helium, and so there must be some form of way to communicate. What if these, and we find out, can they breathe in water, for example? Well, we've got a lot of water resources. If there's land resources, I'm sure we can accommodate. I heard the other day that if you take every single human, throw them into the Grand Canyon, it makes up a tiny little pile for all the humans in the world, which shows that there's a lot of space on Earth. And the only reason that we say that there isn't land is because of how we have created cities around it and resources to meet our privileged desires and demands. And if we think, okay, they are primitive creatures, therefore they shouldn't require certain things that we require. So we would require more like metals and precious metals and things that we can use with technology. But aliens would, or more primitive creatures might find that they want more soil or that. And it's just bouncing back and forward until we find some form of mutual benefit, rather than us being the humans that end up being the parasites, as we have been on this earth. So yeah, table is
100%.
open.
I agree.
So feel free to raise your hand, rebuttal, talk. And if I don't get any hands risen, then we're going to move to the second topic. So, Aziz, I know you wanted to talk. Ali, can you give Aziz the megaphone? Aziz is coming now. Where? Yeah.
Okay. Just waiting for them to accept. Okay, megaphone is yours. Megaphone is
Okay, all right, guys. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you can respond and let me know if you can hear me. I'm not sure.
We can hear you.
Yes,
Can you
loud
hear
and
us?
clear. Yes,
We can
loud
hear
and
you.
clear.
Oh, great, awesome. That's nice. Yeah, I watch a lot of Star Trek actually, and I've learned a lot from that series. There's this ongoing series, Star Trek Discovery, and they really explained. They showed how humans and different beings or creatures from different planets across the whole universe. They really showed how they could work together, how they could unite and form, the Federation, and work together, bring peace to some areas and all. So for me, during when this happens, when we get to discover like less intelligent beings, just like you said, I would probably try to just like one of the audience said, one of the participants said, I'll probably try to understand their needs and also kind of study them, really understand their ways, understand their environment. So it's more like trying to study and understand really how they communicate, also then establish communication with them, then kind of see if there are mutual grounds, how we could work together, like a symbiote kind of relationship, how we can both benefit from each other, mutual benefits, or something like that. So, and I wouldn't recommend like just taking their resources like that. I don't think that's really good, because I would say if they do want to give the resources, if they do want to give it, they can actually do release it and just let it, because it could be a cure to cancer, but we just have to be kind of diplomatic about it too, and also kind of try to understand them and make sure that we're not violating any cultural whatever, or any beliefs that they do have. And yeah, I guess that's just my general opinion about it. So I'm sorry for taking too much time.
No, not at all.
So yeah,
No,
over to you.
perfect.
Aziz.
Very nice.
Thank you. I've got to mute you, Aziz. As a community member, I suggest that with Altspace, because you're on the computer with your computer microphone, you got to get yourself a USB headset in order to stop the reverberation between the sounds. Same with Anthony. But yeah, so USB headset. But thanks a lot for your input. It was actually good knowledge. I enjoyed it. Let's go to JVB. JVB, I saw your hand was up physically rather than the participation. So we're going to give you the megaphone right now.
I guess my hand was floating.
Oh,
I didn't.
right.
I didn't mean to have my hand up.
It's all right. So then let's go to Oive. Oive,
Okay,
megaphone.
have I got it? Yep.
Yeah.
So you can hear me, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep. I assume you can. So what I've heard so far sounds very idealistic, but probably not realistic. Imagine that we discover a planet and the life on that planet are dogs and cats. So there's no humans, but there's dogs and cats. But that planet has a natural resource of gold, right? Which we know that dogs and cats have no interest in. What would be the reason not to exploit their gold? We're not going to do them any harm necessarily by doing so. We might be able to give them things they need, but they wouldn't be able to really communicate with us.
Right.
So I think it's very nice and idealistic to say we need to create some kind of relationship and some kind of ongoing dialogue. But when it comes to it, that may not be possible.
Okay. I would argue to say that, okay, so we take all their gold that they don't need, but would we as humans do the kind thing of finding out what they would need to make their life a little easier? Because if you look at the history of evolution of what we've done in order to get to where we are, it's resulted in 99% of an extinction. It's resulted in non-stop killing each other and separation and diversity and groupings and all those breaking apart. So if there's some ways that we can help them, do you think that we would do that? Food for thought. All right. So there's a lot of new people here. So welcome to the Moral Dilemma. This is the first discussion for those of you who have missed the beginning part. We're going to be moving now on to the second discussion as soon as we're done with those who have raised their hands. So let's go to, there was Dr. Sam. Megaphone's yours.
Thank you, Timon. I just wanted to respond to Ove. I don't know how you say Ove, but if you say Uwe, it's a nice Yiddish word. But apart from that, Uwe, I think you know very well that life evolves. So if cats and dogs are on this planet, in the next probably just under a billion years, those cats and dogs might have the same intelligence as us. And they might need gold because gold is a useful component not only in medicine and electronics and some jewelry. So you would be depriving the future generations, even though it might be 50, 60 million years ahead, you're depriving them of a resource that they could have some advantage of, and that would progress their civilization. It's a comment. I'm not going to get into a debate with you because I see we're already gone over time because this is only the minor questions, and I'm dying to see what the major question is like.
All right.
And unfortunately, Timon is very strict. He locks us out at exactly at the turn of the clock. So,
jeez. All right, Dr. Sam. So let's move to the second discussion for today. And this one is a lot more deeper. And then everybody on the couch has the opportunity to speak or pass. And my lovely co-host, Ali, will be giving the megaphones to each person, starting with Aziz.